but thick as you are. Pay attention. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues, with injustice deliciously squared. Be prepared!
Good boy, Pumpkin.
Welcome back, Mangler3M here. We'll continue with Genshin Impact. I know I said desert, but I just looked and it looks like we got a couple of different quests about to expire. So we'll do those first and then we'll catch over to the desert, continue the main quest there. Sounds like the game's already going. I see that I have 10 wishes, so I'm going to go ahead and try for Ayaka before I forget and before she runs away. Purple, that means not 5-star. Tried like 5 or 6 times, I think. Another Diona, I think she's already full. No, she's not already full. Looks like I might be able to snag one more of these. Yep. Okay. Can't afford any more, so.
I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube.
Alright. She's now 4 out of 6 stars, which is nice. I never used charged bow shots, so that doesn't really help me much. Achievements. Scaramouche. Alright, let's flip over to the controller.
Join the Aramites and embrace.
Alright, this one expires in 1 day, so let's go ahead and finish this one. We started this one last time. We've got still 4 more, so we're only halfway done. I just watched the Leeds game against Arsenal, and Leeds, I don't know if they were nervous or what, they played absolutely horribly. I've never seen a worse soccer game in my life. It's like every single player that the ball went to, they fumbled it. They couldn't even hold it, couldn't make good passes. They just kept giving it to the other team, Arsenal, and giving easy shots. It was very weird. They lost 4-1. Thundering devices. Use a loose formation to decrease the threat of the devices. Can claim Mystic Blaze devices? That's interesting. Alright, the opposing are thunder and water and ice, so fire is definitely a big one here. Special devices are present in certain areas. Command the little fungi to claim these devices for some additional support during the challenge. Can we just step on it? Yep, just step on it. Lost one, not allowed to lose two. Oops, wrong place. Alright, got the big one down. Oh, just about. Alright, final boss over here. Doing well. Enemy reinforcements. Didn't expect that. Where are they? There they are. responding. Uh-oh, I think we lost internet. Yep, we lost internet. I think we're gonna lose the battle. Darn. It's over. I'll have to redo it. Oh, maybe I chose the wrong one. This one's not healing so well. Yeah, this one's not healing like it should. Oh, how is still alive? Doing better this time. Much better. Alright, success. Okay, this one says deal Mystic, deal water and freezing. The enemy are water and ice and electric, so we definitely need fire again. Let's go with electro and then the healer. One in 1,000. Camp out right there. Should put a long distance person over there, that's okay. Oops. I had him doing this electro healing. Stop. That's okay. Much better this time. Yes! Two down, two to go. Alright, this one says whirling winds can unleash wild winds, deal animo to them in a straight line, engage with care, deal electro, so they can deal thunder. It looks like all different colors, so we could use any color. Let's use Geo just for fun. Dendro, fire, and healer. Stormproof. No. Over here, buddies. Insufficient gels. Oh yeah. Let's see there for. I like this one because it's far away. I don't have to do that. Alright, that was the fastest one yet. Hey, or it felt fast. Alright. Mystic Energizer devices will gain buffs to other Mechanica. Take out these ones to obtain more gels. When you defeat a Mechanicus, you get an extra gel. Okay. So we have to go after many, many more. Let's go for some that goes long distance. I like the Dendro guy. I like the Electro Circle guy. Who's next? We need... You don't need fire. It's only 2 ice guys. Well, actually you would help with Electro too. Definitely water. Yeah, we've got 1 fire and water. We typically take like the same 3 or 4. Oh no, we lost a couple. Dang it, I was snoozing and I didn't pay attention. Can we start over? Playing around with the Electro guy and I totally forgot about healing. Darn, we lost one already. Taking a nap here. I was trying to do the heal, but it takes a while. Doesn't respond right away. Oh no. Phew. That was close. I think those are the things I have to take out, those little support cones. Let's get rid of these guys first. There we go, got that support. Alright, somebody's gotta go over here and attack this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we only lost one. I think we're good. Yep. Which one was the one we lost? They're like, it seems that they're kind of weak. Alright, 2 levels up. Alright, we got all of the rewards for all the events. Now they have an afterword. Guess we can knock that one out. Afterword. Parting arrangement. Wait until 8 o'clock the following day. Give them some feedback. Thank you for your work. Lots of data. Pinnacle class. What you thought about the game. Feedback. Next tournament. Prepare. I prefer to emphasize cooperation between companions. I'm partial to elegance and thrill of combat. I'm not partial to anything. Just do something enjoyable. That's right, no matter what happens, we'll be happy as so long as we play with our Shroom buddies, clear challenges with them, overcome difficulties together. Understood. I want to mix of fun and challenge. It sounds simple, it must be harder to execute. Leave it to me. Do my best to satisfy your recommendation. Same as always, huh, you two? Regardless, that's it for this round. Thank you for your hard work. Now that we're done with work, time to collect your pay, get some food reward. That's not right. We're the organizers for the next tournament, while Hanaya and Balfour will be making preparations for it. Hanaya is our awesome assistant, and Balfour will be employed for us. Does that mean we'll have to pay our employees for their hard work and stuff? Oh no, not necessary. In fact, that's too kind of you. I volunteered for this job. I learned a lot from it too. I mean, I'm someone from a mercantile industry as well, so the experience of managing this game has been quite valuable to me. If this work were to open to the public, I'm sure you'd have no lack of offers from people who'd like to buy the rights to it, to be honest. And once this starts turning a profit, Mr. Balfour should make his investment back, and a large portion of the profits will go to me. I will set a portion aside to use as funds for the next tournament, and another portion will be used to care for our Shroom friend. And by that I don't mean just Bongo Head, but also the other fun guys to contestants and interested to me like Stormstress. In other words, the improvements you're helping us make to the game will not only make a tidy profit, secure the welfare of the fun guy. Oh, so Paimon gets profits and earnings? Sounds like everyone wins, huh? Paimon's feeling sense of accomplishment already. If we get that chance, Mangler, we should tell our friends in Sumeru about Fungus Mechanicus. We gotta spread the word. Of course, of course. I'll be heading out to the city. Fungi friends meet up with my assistant, and we'll return to our campsite. Fungi stay at the campsite. We'll get worried if we're away too long. Mr. Balfour will stay here, promote the late test version. If you've not yet had your fun, you can keep playing. Indeed, play to your heart's content. If you're going already, Bongo Head and the rest. Paimon still wants to play Bongo Head. Meeting you again has definitely put Paimon at ease. It was especially great to see our Shroom buddies ready to screen, and We're just as tight as we used to be. Don't worry, I believe we'll meet again soon. Though the two are constantly traveling, I do have some means for contacting you. For example, we can send you letters to the Adventurers Guild. I'm sure that when we meet next, our friends will be healthy and hearty. Just hang tight, wait for good news from me. Yep, we believe in you, Hanaya. Keep up the good work. See you next time, Golden Comet and Silver Companion. And they gave me 20,000 and 4 little things. Okay, so we're down with Fungus Mechanicus. Now we're going to move on to a new one that just opened. Spices from the West. Northerly Search. What a good hunter. Oh, that's far. All the way back. Brings back memory. Firecracker sleeps in the weirdest positions. Actually, Pumpkin's usually even stranger than that one. That's Firecracker in the camera right now, anyway. Maybe they'll swap if you like. I don't want to wake him up though. I like him in that position. Looks cool. It's like everyone's hurt. Hope not good at battle. Come on over there, Paimon's doing something. Well, hello there. You talking about stuff to eat? Hello, Sarah, Nazafarin. Hello there, and you are? By Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you not recognize me anymore? Perhaps my presence is too weak, like a speck of dust that might be blown away by a gust at any time. Pretty much. But I, for my part, remember your great deed in helping me develop seasonings and inviting all and sundry to try them. We meet again, you two. Indeed, one might say that our conversation did concern food, but... what happened? Don't worry, you can tell us. Maybe we can even help. If it's about food, we can definitely help. Isn't that right, Mangler? We'll work for good food. Or a Paimon. We'll do this for Paimon, I guess. We'll work for good food. By Lesser Lord Kusanali, the two of you are as warm-hearted as ever. So this is the issue. After you rescued me previously, I returned to Sumeru and wrote a report about the condiment market in Liyue. Unexpectedly, I was approached by Lord Sangame Bay, who expressed interest in purchasing the condiments that were the results of my research. The most charitable merchant even offered to support any further research on my part. Ah, such good fortune. I signed right away, if you must know. I then sent my dear Parvana a letter regarding this, and she gave me her full support. So you're here in Mondstadt to start researching the condiments. That is precisely right, my good Paimon. In truth, I should have already begun this research, but Nazafarin wants to work with us by adding her secret condiments to our dishes and letting our customers try them. However, we have restaurant standards that we must maintain, lest we face complaints from longtime customers. So we can't take her up on that offer. We've actually been having this chat for a while now, but we haven't been able to come up with any better ideas. I've been thinking that perhaps we could ask Jean for help. I'm sure she could find the best solution to this problem. Seriously? Jean's super busy all the time, you know. So, can we not make her come down just for this? We'll help out. Aha, you see, what did I say? The two of you are Nazafarin saviors, as always. Right then, no time to lose. Take this pot with you. We shall do it as we did previously. We'll make the condiments, then add them to dishes and invite your friends to try them. And that's right, we'll do it just like before. Paimon volunteers to be the first taste tester, by the way. During this event, travelers utilize the recipes unlocked to create seasonings before adding these seasonings to delicious dishes to obtain fragrant dishes. Invite characters to your pot to try these fragrant dishes out to increase the EXP and also receive different reactions from them based on their tastes.
Today's recommendation is
When you begin making the seasonings, the needle on the slider will move back and forth from edge to edge. Follow the instructions given in the recipe, press the button as the needle points to the corresponding ingredient and add them to the pot. I vaguely remember this, but I don't spend either a really long time or number of press attempts you can make will decrease by 1 each time the needle reaches both ends, or when you make a mistake in adding an ingredient. Add the correct number of ingredients before you use up all your attempts and you will succeed, or the seasoning making attempt will be considered a failure. The ingredients needed for the recipe can be purchased in restaurants, general stores, or found in the wild. Unlock the Scrunchy Pot to complete the Idle Teapot Talk quest to invite characters into your pot to try your food. When they try your food, characters' EXP will rise. It will give comments based on your tastes. Am I supposed to go somewhere? Do something?
which should I choose?
Missing out on the next step. Each time you unlock a new recipe, the cap on new season. Got lots, so let's try pick a delicious steak first. It costs something. Alright, I don't have what I need. How do I get what I need? I'm gonna go in the pot and see if it is. I have to go there first. I might just skip this quest because it seems kind of stupid.
You seem tired. Would you like some tea?
Stupid or broken, one or the other. Probably both. I'm gonna need to like get a recipe for her because I don't have any recipes. I don't.
This realm is true. If you ever have any questions. Armand wanted to be the first taste tester, and maybe if I talk to her, she'll become a taste tester. Fine. Traveler, you're here! Anything interesting you want to talk about today?
Try this. Okay, so I wasn't able to produce anything. Maybe they mean you go to the cooking thing and you... Another cooking thing here. Probably not. Alright, so I can go to her. I just can't write this up. Go to the cooking thing and see if I can like edit without a recipe. The thing is, you need a recipe before you do it. Give me a recipe. No recipe. None of these are like special fragrant. Alright. Last chance. I will go back. Remind me how to use this pot again. Add the correct seasonings at the right time. Add the correct seasonings at the right time. Are you saying while I'm cooking something? I have to like start from scratch and cook it? So it's only manually? That didn't work at all. You simply need to add the correct seasonings at the right time. Okay, I give up. Moving back to my main quest. This is stupid.
Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. Someone needs assistance. Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
What's that smell? Side note, did you catch a faint whiff of incense?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
It's definitely that one.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Kainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Kainari didn't lecture you too?
No, no need.
I can't handle this scent very well.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
No, it was in the forest where a scholar was meditating.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Let's keep looking for more clues.
Oh, where did Grandpa go? Please come home, Grandpa.
Ooh, observe tent. Looks like someone's been living in here this entire time. Observe goods. These are all daily necessities.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Footprints.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here.
Footprints, yep.
From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in that direction.
Means someone else has been here?
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Lured him away. So that's what happened.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
You get lured away by food all the time.
Hey! What's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Is it to resurrect King Deshret?
Are the rumors really true?
That's the only lead we have so far.
Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
I'll catch up.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice too.
But that, Candace, we've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful?
You tell them what you learned.
I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. As far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
I feel like I heard those names before.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia, you're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
By Tia, Huh? Dia's winking at me? Maybe I should stay quiet for now?
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan!
Somebody was spying on us.
Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the Academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
I understand how she feels, but I hope she doesn't do anything drastic here.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those. Shh.
Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know. Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean, you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
I'll catch up.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
The thing is, I can kick these guys.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru Village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. I knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Edgar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
All mine are hurt.
Steady as stone.
It's healed. Not healing very well. It's not doing anything well. This fight is very slow going. Cleaned up pretty well.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
With one swift kick, she knocks him out.
That should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
So those names you mentioned.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, Scar-Riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Engar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Engar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
So who's the ducktail bearded crook?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for you.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
She doesn't take any chances that one of those people are awake.
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
I don't think you're that kind of person.
What makes you so sure?
Because even without an employer, you're still helping us.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery.
But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
Sounds
As
good.
for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Wait till 6 a.m. Eavesdrop.
You heard the question. Now answer me.
Candace is an expert at dealing with people like this. All we have to do is wait for her word.
Stay safe.
not so much.
Yeah, you... What is it? What is it? Is it another Paimon?
Big purple fish.
So close, so... What is it? What is it? Is it another Paimon?
Alright, let's switch to a different one.
Yeah, you nearly got him! Whoa, nice catch!
Ooh, a Halcyon Jade Axe Marlin.
So close, so close! Stay cool! Whoa, nice catch! Victory is almost ours! Yay! Time to celebrate!
Purple one and a ornamental. Oh, I can add this to my hot pond. Let's get him away from here right there. Does he like this one, or is there a different one he likes? Oh, he does like this one. Big pinkish purplish one.
So close, so close! Stay cool! That was a tough fight!
Sunset Cloud Angler. Cool, a new fish. Nothing wrong with that. Is it 6 a.m. yet? Ooh, person right there. Kazan. What I'd like to do, what I'd do for someone to teach me how to talk to children. Did they get up to something again? No, that would be an overstatement. Here's the situation. I'm in charge of guarding the lowest white lift. We use it to draw water and ensuring the safety of our water source. Everyone in the village knows the importance of maintaining a steady supply of water in the desert. No one can be allowed to mess with it. But the children can be quite playful, and they sometimes throw pebbles into the water or skim stones across it. They'll say something like, "I won't do it again," or "I'll be careful next time," but they'd be back in a few days, as if they'd forgotten all about their promise. Well, I can go in. Oh no, that's fine. I don't have much to do around here anyways, so it's really not too much trouble having to remind them every once in a while. And recently, it seems they've changed their tack. Sometimes they'll shout, stop the elevator, this is not a drill," and come rushing at me. Hold on, that seems even more problematic. Okay. talk to her.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Lucky, lucky. Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Sino's back.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Enter it. I might get captured or have a big fight. We'll see. Imagining all the different possibilities.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
She mastered it really quickly, too.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Where are the Village Keepers now?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Do you have any idea who that mysterious person might be?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the Academia. Some time ago, people from the Academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community.
Some time ago? How long ago?
It strikes me now that this secretive character
Probably varies depending how much I
shares
play.
the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the Academia again.
In Sonora City, Citaria also mentioned King Deshret's reservation is just the Academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Plus to give Isaac too.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Lots of experience. Okay, arrive from the hospital.
What scheme is the Academia brewing now?
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
Can't cook him? You can talk to him.
I just hope everyone's all right.
Alright, I say go to the hospital.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Ooh! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Go ahead, I won't stop you.
heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time, so clearly I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Maybe he's giving us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
That's true.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? I'm undone.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Gandis said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
So you're saying we can find new info from someone we've already spoken to?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes, those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the the Mad Scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the Radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Lies, lies, lies.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
That's what I was thinking. I should switch to Sino anyway. Okay. We're gonna switch to the Traveler when I get there.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Sure thing. Hi, Miss Shauna.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better?
No,
Why's that?
because it'll only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
I can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation.
United States.
But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Al-Haytham told us you have your reasons. It's okay, we understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the Radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion.
Come with us, we'll find them.
It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Could you make out where they're coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
We need to check out that hospital.
Yeah, let's go!
Eat the monsters. hear a mage. Reinforcements. Where? Oh.
As a beautiful maid will, steady as stone.
What were you even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one.
The door is unlocked. Let's go in the hospital.
Let's go in and take a look.
After carefully searching the abandoned hospital,
Hey, we haven't found Squad. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So, you got that?
physics.
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book there once in a while either. Maybe it's time to spread your wings and become learned.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Okay, Paimon's the best. Oh, sky changed color. Must be nighttime. Now we're gonna hear
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
Trap.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
Looks pretty accessible to me.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
I have to blow up those thingies, but don't really. Oh, wait, I see something over here.
Scatter!
Whoa. Out. How did I not die? Or scared. Yep, I got a spirit. Yay. Unfortunately, I do not see any in here. Another scare. Monsters, lots of monsters in here. Looks like this is not the right way to go. But that's a big gold chest, so even if it's not the right way to go, I should go here. Going to heal. You ain't going to heal. Are you going? Not like I'm dead or anything.
Retribution!
probably it's because we weren't close enough to it or something. Like on that incline. And we couldn't see me and it looked like I disappeared or something. Yay! Got the big chest. Ooh, purple.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
What's that? Is that a monster? Cave. Not big enough for me to carry. Oh no, I did Hilichurl.
Better than nothing.
Must be something special about this area. I got 20 primos. Ah, I could have dropped anything. Another devil, or is it the same? Two devils.
Suppose this will do.
God punished me. I should have died, but now I'm hiding in this hole, living with the lizard. What that evil doctor has forgotten me, and so has God. Wait in the pit that was dug, and the end will come, just as he will eventually return with his 7 glorious apostles. When that time comes, there will be no more suffering. Hakim and Naveen will return to their beloved Aru village, and little Arbaz will have all the sweets he wants, and I, Dunis, Sumpter Beasts, home. Will Mom and Dad be there waiting for me when the end comes. They are still healthy, so they should be in the fields. They shouldn't. I don't want to die. Are you still listening, King of all the children of the sand? We have been punished with Eleazar because we were lazy and wasted the precious fields God gave us. I accept it. Alright, I can hit this. It's all monster. Just you guys, nobody else. What is this here? Maybe a tiny chest for being these guys.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, lots of these. Let's look and see. No, we still need 9 more. That's not even close. Ooh. Is it a quest or I figured something out? Special area. Sun. Ooh, a pickaxe. Severely eroded hoe. Farming tool appearing in a wasteland like this is quite a surprise. Other than serious erosion, the handle of the hoe is covered in mud. It seems unusable. One flew over the sycamore chest. Whoa. I'm so far from the hospital with flying food. And a fishing area. I think we've been over here before. But we're so far from the let's go back to the hospital. Archer guy right there. Fighting guy with a spear over there. Couple of hill trails way up there.
Like a lamb to the slaughter. Where do you think you're going?
Seems to be stuck. Aha, there's another one. keys of all. Yeah. There's two. One left. One, two, three. Where's the fourth one? Where's the center? The center's probably... It's probably that direction because it's probably four, like, spread out. And it's over there. What is that thing?
Just following orders.
I think it's in there, but I can't do it. I suppose I can hit that. Oh, here's the last one. If I blow up that thing off. I just need a ranged person. Or that archer.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
Oh, they just fight this. Do need a range for that flying thing.
By royal decree. Leave it all to me.
What's that timer thing?
As a dutiful maid
I forgot my Dendro person. Seriously.
Just what will we come across the...
Yay! Now we can go down into the cave of hospitals. Old cabinet. Where am I supposed to find that key? You'll find it. Case of emergency, contact the physician on Monday it's Abraham. Tuesday. Wednesday a movie. Reading sections are blank. Patient Abbas, 23 years old. Mole, left side of forehead, left-handed. Condition remains very serious. Survival will be difficult without professional medical care. Patient survivability, once found, be informed. Don't give up, stay positive, all things are in the watchful eye of the divines, don't ever give up. As the document can be rendered unreadable by keep a balanced diet, read, rest regularly, maintain good mood. Monday, blah blah blah. Tuesday, whatever. Wednesday, reading section blank. Old vase. Seems to be darkened and remains a stem in the vase used to hold flowers, or a V in the bottom. Miscellaneous.
Look! There's someone over there!
You need to be careful.
Good idea! Let's approach him slowly.
Why that person says I can't get out. Stuck here forever. I saw that over there.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
So how did he become like this?
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh yeah. He drank the magic potion. The eremite guy who went mad.
Oh! Now that you mention it, they're acting the same way!
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto King Deshret's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru Village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
I see.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
How'd you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Those are obviously.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
No, that can't be right. Most of the mad scholars have made contact with the divine consciousness in the forest. That's what the Academia is after. It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and also the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the Balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The Academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Your motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Well, he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility. He justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivation. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
I've been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
He sounds like he has the same voice as Child.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
So what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Alright, I think I'm looking at the clock. I kind of want to watch the Chelsea game now, so I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in the video. Well, I'll let you go. Let's see if anyone else is on. Drop you off at a cool place. Hey, we could check out Campbellman777. He's on again. He was on last night too. Alright, say hi. Have a good one.